Hello everyone, welcome back. This is module 3, and today we'll be doing breathwork. What's interesting about breathwork is that there's a lot of science behind the inhale and the exhale, taking in oxygen, releasing CO2. It naturally brings the body into a more homeostasis, and it does require work, and that's why it's called breath work. And so it's a little bit challenging, but again, I'll be guiding you through this one. And this is something that can easily be done, on a bus or a train. Use your hands because we're going to be pinching off different nostrils and things of that nature. It's a pretty adaptable form of meditation. And again, it's slightly different than what we did in module 1 with Zazen, where we're sitting completely still and silent. There's elements of guidance, and you don't have to completely detach from your thoughts because the breath keeps you a little bit more focused. So people find it a little bit easier to do breath work because they could focus on their breath and counting. So the first part of this, we'll do some very, very basic inhale and exhale. So I like to do a count of 4. I don't want you to feel like you have to stay with me, although I will count. So to start, we're just going to breathe in for a count of 4. So we're going to breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath at the top, and then exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And just keep going at that pace. Holding your breath at the top, and then exhaling. The point is to just breathe in and out naturally to start, but find a number and a cadence that feels good for you. The 4 count, I have found for most people, works. And so just very human, very basic, breathing in, holding, sipping in the air at the top, and then breathing out. And we'll just do a couple more rounds of this just to kind of get the baseline. I almost like to think of you sipping in the air and the oxygen, and then holding at the top, and then nice release on the exhale. You could almost breathe in some of your frustrations and angers, hold it for a second, feel it, and then when you release on the exhale, you let it all go. You don't need to be carrying around all that baggage, all those unhealthy thoughts day in and day out. These practices are designed to let us feel lighter. So as we go through the journey of life, we're not carrying around pounds and pounds of luggage that we don't need. All right, so we'll move on to the next part of the breath work, which is triangle breathing. And so consider and picture a nice triangle. And so we're going to breathe in for 4 again. We're going to keep the same 4 count. Breathe in for 4. Then we're going to hold for 4, and then we're going to exhale for 4. So just picture going up and around the triangle with your breath. All right, so pretty simple, pretty easy. We'll breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and then exhale for 4. Breathe in for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. And you'll notice that as you're doing this, the different body parts are doing different things, right? So as you're breathing in, you're breathing into your diaphragm and tightening up the abdomen, filling up the lungs. And then holding and using those muscles to hold. And then on the exhale, you're able to relax and release everything out. And just keep going up and around that triangle. If you need to adjust your count to 5, 6, or go down to 3 or 2, do whatever works for you. There's no rules. You have to pay attention to what's best for you and your body and your practice. But I will encourage you to challenge yourself a little bit. It is called breath work for a reason. You're taking this course for a reason. So challenge yourself without overexertion. As is often taught in Zen, there's a middle way. So find that sweet spot for yourself. So just a couple more in the triangle breathing. If you fell off, just come back. No one's judging you, no one's grading you. All right. So the last version of breathwork for this module will be alternate nostril breathing, which is a really nice practice to bring our body, our lungs, our minds, most importantly, into balance. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our right thumb, and we're going to pinch off our right nostril. And we're going to breathe in for a count of 4. And then we're going to switch, and we're going to pinch off our left nostril with our right pointer finger and breathe out with our right nostril. Keep that left nostril pinched and the right pointer on it. Then breathe in through your right nostril. Pinch it off with your right thumb and breathe out your left nostril for a count of 4. Breathe in through the left. And then pinch off your left and breathe out through your right. Breathe in through your right nostril. Pinch it off and breathe out with your left. Just keep going with this alternate nostril breathing. I just noticed that my shoulders were getting a little bit tense and coming up towards my ears, and I just dropped them. So whatever practice we're doing, we're being mindful, we're being present, we're being aware. So just do a couple more rounds of the alternate nostril breathing on your own. And then once you're ready, just release and come back to the breath we did at the beginning, which is just a natural inhale and exhale at your own cadence, your own pace, your own speed. But hopefully after those few different exercises, it comes a little bit more natural than it did at the beginning of the session. All right, well, again, this was Breathwork module, and we're going through different practices for different occasions. Obviously, I want you to be conscious of what resonates with you. So thanks again for your attendance, and we'll see you in the next module. Thank you so much.